Hey everybody, this is Mark with Apple Tech 128, and right now some of the best smartphones you can get comes down to the Samsung Galaxy S7 and the iPhone 6s. But what are the pros and cons of each? I've been using both for some time now. I've been using the iPhone 6s since the day it came out, and I've been using the S7 for a little bit of time as well. I got enough time to get acquainted with both devices, know what each one offers, and some of the benefits of each. So in this video, we're going to be checking out the pros and cons of both devices, and hopefully that will help you in your decision to pick the right device. So let's go ahead and take care of the iPhone 6s first, and we're going to start off with the pros. One thing that I absolutely love about all of Apple's devices is continuity and how they work together. I love how I can be able to start one task on my Mac, pick up on my iPhone, send SMS messages from my Mac, do a bunch of stuff on all of Apple's devices. If you're highly invested in the ecosystem of Apple, this is something that you really need to keep in mind. Next is the camera. It's very beautiful. It records 4K video. It does great in pretty much all situations. It's crisp, looks beautiful. It does have slight troubles in low light, especially when it has to use that flash. But other than that, it's a really good camera. Touch ID is the second generation on the iPhone 6s, and it works superb. It's super fast, one of the fastest we've seen this year, and it's just overall really great, reliable. I haven't had any issues with it, and the way developers take advantage of Touch ID in iOS also allows you to use it in multiple applications where support is somewhat limited for the fingerprint reader on Android. And something that you really don't know much about or notice is the actual mute button. There's an actual switch on the side that will allow you to mute the device, and you don't have to go through a bunch of menus like on Android. It's just really nice to be able to mute and unmute the device super quickly. And now the cons of the device. First is the battery life. It's not that great. It's somewhat small for a device of its size. I'm getting almost a full day. At the end of the day, if I don't charge, I'm around 20%. I usually do have to charge it in the evening. So I guess you can say it lasts me a full day. Another thing is the storage for price ratio. It starts out at 16 gigabytes for $649. That's how much the S7 costs about for 32 gigabytes, plus has expandable storage. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I do have the 64 gigabyte model, but then that meant I had to spend an extra $100. And finally, it's the build. It's all metal, and that can be slippery, but that's just something to keep in mind. You can always put a case on it, or you can put a skin on it, and that will help with the grip. So now let's go ahead and talk about the pros of the Samsung Galaxy S7, and we're going to start off with the screen. It's very big and beautiful. It's Quad HD Super AMOLED. Colors are beautiful and rich. It looks great. And one thing that's nice is that the screen size is bigger than the iPhone 6s, but the build and form factor is about the same. That's because they get rid of bezels pretty much, and they move that screen closer to the top and bottom than is done with the iPhone. Next is the camera. It's also really, really good. It records 4K, and it does have an edge up on the iPhone just a little bit because of the fact that it does have better performance in low light and better color reproduction. Next is the fingerprint reader. Like the iPhone 6s, it's super quick. Again, I haven't had any problems with it. One thing to keep in mind though is that with Android Marshmallow, developers are just starting to get the ability to utilize that in their applications. One thing that we're making a video on that you should see in a couple of days is Samsung Pay. So not only does it support NFC payment like Android Pay and Apple Pay, but it also emits a magnetic wave that will interact with most all terminals and turn any plain old terminal into a smart NFC device supported one, which is really awesome. And finally, for pros, we got the battery. It's really good. It lasts me all day. I am usually left with like 35% at the end of the day. So it does last me all day, and it charges super quickly as well, less than 2 hours to go from 0 to 100%. And the cons of the device has to be, of course, TouchWiz. It's not great. It's ugly. It's better than it has ever been, but it's still not great. Luckily, they do include the ability to actually theme the OS with different packs from the store. and you can always just put another launcher on the device. And the last con is the build. Like the iPhone 6s, it's slippery, but this one's all glass, so even if you drop it, it's going to crack both sides. But that's going to do us for this video. If these helped you out in picking the perfect device for you, be sure to leave this video a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, this is Mark with Apple Tech 128, and have a great day.